On stage are two lovers and a cuckold, though things may not be quite as they appear. In Pisa is where these events unfold. 1610 is the approximate year. This play was named Flavio Betrayed. It's about Flavio, as you might guess. His friend's a rake who just wants to get laid, and that guy ends up making quite a mess. This is not high drama, tragedy Greek, just filthy comedy penned by a bard. Not a work of philosophy antique, so try not to read into it too hard. Let's start and end in the time allotted. Flavio and Isabel are besotted. Flavio and Isabel are besotted. Besotted's a word that means they're attracted. All around town they were often spotted, whispering suggestively about redacted. They hoped that quite soon down the aisle they'd walk. Desperate they were to get married post-haste. You see, despite all of their amorous talk, they'd not even kissed. Their love was quite chaste. Isabel wanted to wait till marriage before she would make the beast with two backs. Flavio would not her virtue disparage, and so we just have to wait to climax. One day, about his frustration he told his friend, Horatio, a knave, brash and bold. His friend, Horatio, a knave, brash and bold, just happened to also crave Isabel, a scoundrel with no honor to uphold. Under her untouched skirts he sought to dwell. But Horatio acted proper and prim, so Flavio remained oblivious. He thought his friend would be happy for him. No inkling the rogue was lascivious. How can I sway her father Dottore to agree to give me Isabel's hand? He hoped his friend would offer oratory, but Horatio had another thing planned. Naive Flavio, he should have spotted, a bitter rival with schemes quite knotted. A bitter rival with schemes quite knotted. Of course, that knave would have to get in line, for Dottore had already spotted a potential match with the right bloodline. The captain had fame, fortune, and money, just the right features to make a good groom. So what if he smelled a little funny? With his bank account, love was sure to bloom. Isabel, I've made the captain an offer, and I can see you're too excited to speak. He's very eager to fill your coffer. The wedding is set for early next week. Not content to spend her life with that bore, Isabel writes please to her paramour. Isabel writes please to her paramour. On scented paper she pens a letter. But how to get it to Flavio's door? She'd need lots of aid from an abettor. But who could she find that would be fervent? Could not be trusted to just any punk. The only one here was Pedro, the servant, and that moron was an infamous drunk. But desperate times call for desperate measure. She had no choice, so in spite of herself, she entrusted him with her precious treasure, which the drunken fool promptly left on a shelf. And while Pedro loafed in good humor, Flavio was discouraged by a rumor. Flavio's discouraged by a rumor, overheard something he wasn't suspecting, would rather have learned he had a tumor than find out Isabel was expecting. As he and Horatio strolled through the square, the two crossed Isabel's friend Columbine. She gave Horatio an ominous stare, called him a pig and a cad and a swine. How dare you take advantage of my friend, luring her into your carnal pleasure? Her maidenhood has met its gruesome end. Her belly grows big with your foul treasure. The news makes Flavio fall on the floor, but Horatio's second bombshell's in store. Horatio's second bombshell's in store as Flavio slinks off to lick his wounds. The scoundrel appears at Dottori's door, flowers in hand, with his tunic festooned. I've come here today, dressed in fancy clothes, carrying presents in this ring made of pearl. While I'm poor and crass and have a large nose, I've come to propose to your little girl. To the captain, I can't hold a candle. Even so, Isabel has to be mine. If you don't agree, there will be scandal. She carries my child. Go ask Columbine. Confronted by this daring presumer, her dad Dottori is not in good humor. Her dad Dottori's not in good humor. He throws Horatio out by his breeches, then bellows and hollers. What a boomer. Mourning the loss of his chance at riches. Could be a lie, he thinks to himself. No proof yet it's true, it's not bona fide. But then he spies the note on the shelf, and soon his suspicions are verified. Written in her hand, addressed to my beau. Please take me away, it's you I adore. Who it's written to, it does not say so, though who but Horatio could it be for? His daughter's deeds mean he'll still be a debtor. Dottori confronts her about the letter. Dottori confronts her about the letter as she's in the kitchen eating a crumpet. While her lip quivers and her eyes get wetter, he accuses her of being a strumpet. Dottori asks why she chose such a lout, but naive Isabel never realizes it's not Flavio he's talking about, but vile Horatio, a man she despises. It's true, Dad, I love him, she shouts and screams. I'll never wed the captain, he's old and gross. I'm already with the man of my dreams, and if I can't have him, I'll just overdose. Plot twist. Horatio she never did screw. Pedro finds out that the rumor's untrue. Pedro finds out that the rumor's untrue while in the town square with a jug of wine, when all of a sudden who should walk through but his former love interest, Columbine. You're looking quite well, he says to his flame. Is that a new dress? How'd you get so flush? Pedro, she says, I see you're still drunk and lame. I will tell you, but it's secret, so shush. Some chump offered me 50 scuddy if I just walked up to him on the street and told him right in front of his buddy that everyone knew Isabel did cheat. Still remorseful for losing the letter, the servant seeks to make it all better. The servant seeks to make it all better and get back in Isabel's good graces. First he thinks he could knit her a sweater. No, that's dumb. She wants Flavio's embraces. He searches the town for the jolted boyfriend and finds him climbing on a bridge's rail. Flavio, no need for your life to end. Your love isn't pregnant. 'Tis just a tale. You have no idea how much this has weighed on my mind, Flavio says, climbing down. But he can't believe how he's been betrayed. She was faithful. That Horatio is a clown. Since no one has told him it isn't true. The captain, though, is still feeling quite blue. The captain, though, is still feeling quite blue after speaking to his ex-father-in-law. Captain, I'm sorry, but there's been a coup, and Isabel Sand I'll have to withdraw. Dottori is embarrassed to admit Isabel is no longer a virgin. Some baby booties she will have to knit, for in her belly a child doth burgeon. In a few months she will enter labor, and Horatio's son will spill from her womb. The hot-headed captain grabs his saber and vows to send the rascal to his tomb. He's quite upset that his bride went astray, so it's Horatio that he seeks to slay. While it's Horatio that he seeks to slay, first the captain stops to sharpen his blade, then he'll kill anyone who gets in the way. After all, battle has long been his trade. He finds the knave drunk in a seedy bar, by his tunic drags him out on the street. Ready yourself, boy, we're gonna spar. Horatio's bowels begin to excrete. The captain won't just stab him in the face. Not gonna rush, take his time, make it slow. Horatio pleads for his life in disgrace when Flavio appears, armed with crossbow. Fret not, dear reader, no one will die today. It's only Commedia dell'Arte. It's only Commedia dell'Arte. So you know this story must end light. It's not drama, 'tis a comedic play. Let's zip ahead to the end of the fight. The captain ran off in a cloud of dust. 'Twas not a brave fighter, just a poser. Flavio says, "Friend, you betrayed my trust, but I can't let you just die like a cur." Horatio's moved and admits his deceit. "This awful prank I'm sorry I began. Your bride's honor's intact. She did not cheat. Marry her today. I'll be your best man." Curtain closes on a ribald play of old. On stage are two lovers, but no cuckold.